Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. I discussed over on the other channel that I was going to do Carico Pet Ski for tomorrow because I had already done the Rancho Bernardo Jane Doe and tomorrow's Mom's Day, and I wanted to do a pet case. Well, that case is solved, which I probably knew and forgot. There we go. So I went looking, and I was drawn to a case. I was drawn to the way the gentleman looked, and these cases always interested my mother. Cases of missing males in particular. I mean, how does a 6'1", 180-pound tough farmer disappear? And his uncle, also a tough farmer. So, and I also chose this because they were farmers. Given my mother's background, she would have been fascinated by this case. Huey Edward Hazelrig, who was known as Edward or Eddie, he went by his middle name, and his uncle, Donald Fortson, were last seen in Cleveland, Alabama, Blount County, on November 3rd, 1998. There is a $50,000 reward offered by the family for information leading to an arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the disappearances of the two men. Eddie was 31 and Donald was 52. Donald was his uncle. I will give you the phone numbers at the end. Okay, they were last seen together in Cleveland. They lived together and often worked together putting up wallboard, drywall. They did a job that day and returned home by 3:30, after which time Hazelrig placed a long-distance call. The two men left home to go check on a car. Hazelrig collected antique cars. It is believed that Eddie was carrying $3,000 on him. Now, in one report I read that the car had been Huey Sr.'s car, who died recently at the age of 89. Without ever knowing what happened to his son, and I would presume his brother-in-law, since they had different last names. I had read that the $3,000 was to buy the car because he collected antique cars. But other reports are saying no, that was Huey Sr.'s car that he had lent to a friend, and they were trying to get it back, and the friend didn't want to give it back, so people think the friend might have killed them to keep the car. The friend even supposedly lied and said the car had been impounded. So I don't know which is true. The two men never returned home and have never been heard from since. They both had arrest records, but they were minor things, and Eddie had never been convicted of anything. Fortson had a couple alcohol-related misdemeanors. So he wasn't even drunk driving. He was probably walking home drunk, and got popped for public drunkenness or something, Eddie dropped out of college after a year to pursue farming full time. He and his uncle moved in together and ran their farm together and did drywall together. So they were very close. They found his gray 1984 Isuzu pickup truck on fire along Warrior Valley Road in Etowah County, Alabama. By the time the fire department responded to the scene, the vehicle had been completely destroyed. Authorities were able to determine no one had been inside the truck when it was burned, and they didn't find any blood. But the fire destroyed any other clues. And of course, the rumors were that there was foul play involved. Well, their vehicle was found by. Excuse me. Now, this friend's name was Jimmy. And earlier that day, Eddie had been pulled over by the police because it was early in the morning, like probably right around dawn, and he didn't have his headlights on. This person says, well, they must have just let him go. Well, yeah, you don't arrest somebody for that. You pull them over, you walk up, you check their, documents, and then you say, look, you need to turn your headlights on. Have a good day, sir. It's not an arrestable offense. When they finished, Huey went to a friend's house after they finished the job, the drywall job, him and his uncle, and asked his friend if he would accompany him to retrieve the car, which was a 1957 Chevy. Oh my God, that was my father's dream car. The friend was not home, so Huey took his uncle instead. It sounds like there had been some trouble with the car, and Jimmy didn't want to give it back, or so this person claims. This is a Redditor, by the way. And it was about 2 hours later that the truck was found engulfed in flame. Their families believe they've been victims of foul play, and again, there is a $50,000 reward. This is a YouTuber, actually, that wrote this Reddit post. And that was pretty much, I watched her video and she pretty much repeated her Reddit post. I didn't repeat it verbatim. The contact information for I think it's the Blount County Sheriff's Office that was working, the Etowah County Sheriff's Office that was working it, is 205-625-4127, or alternately 1-800-228-7688. That's 1-800-228-7688, or 205-625-4127. And remember, there is a $50,000 reward by the family. These men left thousands in their bank account and a beloved dog behind. It was a bloodhound called Hound Dog. And nobody believes they would have left that dog behind, particularly Eddie. Because he adored that dog. And like I said, they both left thousands in their bank accounts that have never been touched. Nobody knows where the $3,000 went. My guess is whoever killed them stole it. And there is another possibility besides this Jimmy person that nobody talks about, and that is robbery. Because they were said to have stopped at Tonka, which is it's a like convenience store, gas station, but they have some warm foods inside. And if someone saw them, take out a wad of cash and thought, and saw the ancient Isuzu that they were driving, thought, they might be easy to rob or whatever, and robbed them because they saw the wad of cash. That is also a distinct possibility that no one talks about. I read several places. Read Charlie Project, Doe Network, the Reddit post, watched her video, and nobody mentions that possibility. And that is a real possibility. And nobody mentions what happened to the car. I think he had the $3,000 to buy the car. And I think the guy was hesitant to sell it. I don't think it ever was his dad's car. But I think he wanted to bring someone with him because he knew the deal was kind of falling apart. Thus, it's been impounded and all this crap. And I'm not buying it, like I said, that it's his dad's car. Because you wouldn't be bringing $3,000 to meet up to collect a car you already owned. Those are just my opinions. I, of course, want to dedicate this video to my mom. It will go up tomorrow, December 19th, 2022, which is a 1-year anniversary of her passing. And over on my other channel, we'll be doing a whole day devoted to Mom. So I wanted to include this in that day. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you. I love you, Mom. And this is how I'm going to end the video. Okay, where's her? Okay, right here. I'm going to try to get this. Let me lift this up first. All right. I'm going to try to, that's too far. Ow. There we go. Right about there. Okay. Okay, and then here's her name and her dates. Am I getting that on camera, I hope? I think so. There's her name and her dates. So, I just wanted to end the video with that. And yep, I messed up my hair. I don't care. I love you, Mom. I love you so much. We may have fought, Mom, but you're still my mom. And I love you. So, that's how I wanted to end this video. Bye.